So we're just going to straight leg tick-tock the hips side to side. Giving your body permission to stick ground into the earth. Feeling all four corners of your feet. And add a little head wobble left to right or a neck drop. Anything to kind of connect the base of your feet with the top part of your body. 4, 3, 2. Yes, we're going into the hips. Soften the knees. Letting that stretch take place on the outside of the hips. Just softening those knees, strengthening your connection even more to the earth through the heel and the ball of your foot. Now we circle it forward and around and back. Forward, around, and back. And really giving your body a chance to explore where the tightness is, where the tenderness is. For me, it's always this side these days. And reverse, go the other way. Forward, around, and back. Forward, around, and back. 2 more. And then right toes stay forward, left foot points to the left. We're going to bend into the knee for a little pulse. Relaxing the shoulders or giving them a little dancing wave, up to you. Just that little dance and wave. Now next one, stay. Lift up the heel and drop. Lift and drop the heel. So the idea here is that we're keeping the weight in the ball of the foot. External rotation through your thigh and hip joint. Up and down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay at the top and now we pulse. 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 So now we're really pushing through the ball of the foot to come in and out of this movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, and extend the leg, extend the leg nice and long, but keep the heel off the ground. And then just the heel comes up and down, keeping the legs straight. And then add a little tilt, just a little lean in reach. Heel comes up and down. So we're working through the ankle, the shins, the calves. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the heel toes forward. Give yourself a little shimmy shake out. And then right toes to the left. We're going to bend the knees. And I'm just going to allow my toes to push off the ground, but you don't have to. You can just stay here for the pulse. I think I hurt my knee the other day, so I'm just being more mindful of how I work with it today. So it's a 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we stay, lift up the heel, so we're getting onto the ball of the foot, and release. Lift up the heel, release. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. Allowing all those small little muscles in your foot to really activate to help with the lift and with the lowering down. We're not just stomping down. We will probably do some stomping, but not yet. Next one, stay, and then we pulse. And we're pushing through the ball of the foot. While we've got this thigh and external rotation, we're activating and strengthening through ankle, toes, even the knee joint is getting some support here. When I say support, I mean it's getting some action. Just a nice little pulse. Stay with me a little longer for 5, 4, 3, 2, and extend the leg, but don't drop the heel. Release the heel, lift up and down. Now we can add the reach and tilt, lifting up the heel. But we're not bending the knee, it's straight leg lifting up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it in, toes forward, tick-tock the hips. This time we're going a little faster, left to right, left to right. Lift up the toes, keeping the balls of the feet down, and now we drop down, circling up and over. Drop down to the right, up through the left. Dropping down, up and over. Next one at the top, pause, and go down the left, up through the right. Dropping down, up and over. So we're adding kind of all these different movements into traditional exercises like squats. 3, 2, and 1. Rise up, press the toes down, lift up the heels, just like an inch. Heels are lifted up, straight leg tick-tock, but don't let the heels touch the ground. Just moving your hips side to side, straight legged out. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and now heel march, but keeping your legs nice and wide. Just a nice little dance, left to right, swing the arms, or not, up to you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it in closer, and we heel march left to right. Bring the arms up, and now we're going to, whatever hip moves out to the right and the arm matches with. So whatever hip is moving to the side, let the arm match the movement. Just nice little heel march. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Take the feet just a little bit past the hips, take the arms out to the side. Right hand just to the left hip. And what does your other arm want to do? Well, it just kind of reaches back, but let's see if we can hook the arm down and under to reach. So this is not about leaning down, it's twisting at the top. Well, one more each side. And release. Roll the shoulders up and back. Add a little bounce in the knees. Now lean and tap, reaching the arms up and back. Shifting your weight from left to right, swinging the arms up and back. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring the arms out and forward. Wrists at shoulder height, and that little squeeze at the back. You can walk it, you can stay nice and still. If you wanted to, you could add a little calf raise. I'm going to stay with the walk today. And 5, 4, 3, 2, palms up and out, reach to the sky. Tap it up and over. I'm adding a little heel stomp, but you can keep the walk. You can keep the calf raises. Finding any extra movement in the rest of your body if you choose. Remember, there's always options. 5, 4, 3, 2, take the arms out to the side. Right shoulder rolls in and back. Right shoulder rolls in and back. Just the right. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Don't drop those arms. I know they feel heavy. Left, roll back. Left and roll back. Roll it down and forward and back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Hoa. Isn't it amazing how fast the arms can get warm and you're not really even carrying or pushing any weight? So now, speaking of pushing, we're going to add a little push, but we're adding some movement through the torso. So make sure your feet have a nice and stable spot past your hips. We're going to focus on the ribs doing all the movement, but the arms give a little bit of a push. So it's not my hips or legs, just a little push. And I'm only bringing my hand to the opposite side of the shoulder, but of course it's an extension. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to take it all the way across and add a pivot. So lift up that left heel to push the left hand across, and we switch. Adding a little mini squat in between if you want. Pushing it out to the side. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's bring it in. Take the palms back, lean forward just a little bit, and tricep press it back. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears, pressing them down. Chest forward, courageous heart. And 5, 4, 3, 2, take the arms out to the side, squeeze them forward and back. So we're still doing that slight forward lean and squeezing back with the arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it all the way up. Rolling the shoulders, loosening the elbows. Get kind of noodly-like. Noodly. Is noodly a word? Yeah, okay, it might have to be for today. And now just the knees. Swaying through the knees, around and back. The arms can add a little extra swing. And reverse, go the other way. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it up. Stepping it a little wide. We're going to lean and tap the toes. We did that little knee circle for a reason, just stay with me. And now turn this little tap into a kick back with pointed toes. Point the toes to kick back. Leaning forward just enough that you're not feeling like you're arching into your lower back. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring the knees forward, up and out. Just out to the side. Hands can be there to support, bring those knees up higher. Just don't, smack yourself too hard, unless you're into that kind of thing. 4, 3, 2, and bring it just past the hips. Right foot points to the side. We're going to drop into our warrior 2 pose, but just with the legs to start. Check that your heels are somewhat lined up. Bit of a 90-degree thing happening here. Check the back foot that you're not pointing it away, but you're not angling it too far in either. We're just going to pulse. Pulse. Now as you pulse, make sure it's not just because your hips are doing some funky booty swing, although that's permissible. Focusing on the whole leg. Inner thigh squeezes in together for this pulse. 4, 3, 2, and straighten the legs, toes forward before we switch sides. Right hand reaches either towards your left knee or left ankle. Come all the way down and back up. It's a crisscross classical saw standing up. Exhale it down and back up. You could make the movements smaller. One more each side. Last one, bring it up. Left toes point to the left and we bend in. Fixing your pants as required. And warrior 2 legs, and all we're doing is pulsing. Your hands can do anything they want to add a little extra oomph. And if you want to do the hip wiggle, you can. I'm just trying to really focus on my inner thighs, doing all the work, squeezing in and out. Five, 4, 3, 2, and straighten the legs, toes forward. Now I'm going to lean into my right knee, pointing. My right toe still forward, but my knee does not go too far beyond the knee, so I'm not buckling it out to the side. And I switch. And I do want to come all the way up before dropping down. You can bring your hands to your hips, take the hands out to the side, or just, you know, like twiddle your thumbs. Next one to the right, I want you to stay. And just play in this position. If you lift up the toes, if you lift up the heel, if you take the toes at an angle, just a little pulsation with play. And now while you're here, quads warming up, press into the left heel, lift up the toes, point them to the side, and now pulse. I have to shift my foot, there we go. And rise up, tick-tock hips. I don't know about you, but that was fire. That was warm. So now left leg leaning in and pulse. Pulse. This is not about arching into your lower back, it's controlling through your breath and your core. Gathering strength. And now we stay here and we kind of pulse and play, checking in with knee mindfully. Pulse and play. And now get as low as you can, comfortably, and then shift your weight into the right heel, lift up the toes. And pulse, pulse, pulse. Pushing through the foot on the left side. 4, 3, 2, and rise up, toes forward. Straight legs forward, fold it down. Give yourself a stretch. Nod your head yes, and shake it a little no. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders, and if you want to walk your hands further away so that you can keep a nice flat back, that's an option, but we're going to rock forward and back. So side view, just a little forward and back. Pulse. Just forward and back. And then wherever you are, we're going to walk our way into a downward dog. Walking our dog here just for a few breaths. Stretching out the back of the hamstrings, the calves. Making sure that we're not putting too much weight on our wrists. Now left foot towards center, right leg, just kick it up, look forward, and bring that right foot to the outside of the right hand, coming into a high lunge without lifting your hands off the ground. And we're just going to pulse. Pulsing through the hips. Pulsing doesn't mean you go all the way up and down. We're creating a pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2. Take that back heel down. Line up the back heel with the front heel and just shift your weight onto the right hand. Left hand stacks to the sky. Angled side warrior here. Bring the hand down, back foot lifts up and steps to the top, coming down into your Malasana yogic squat, because we love these, right? That might be sarcasm. And I have to be mindful that I don't hit my head on my little windowsill here. Hands come down, step back with the right leg. And here I pulse. Already my leg is feeling tired on this side because of the work it had to do on the other side. So my hands are going to support, my core is going to support, lifting up and down. I can shift it or I can stay. At the end of the day, honor what's happening in your body. If you need to drop that knee, you need to drop that knee. Dance at the edge of the comfort zone. Play at the edge of the comfort zone. Drop that back heel inward and down, lining up the back heel with the front heel. Left arm stays down, right arm reaches up to the sky. And then inhale, reach it down. Lift up the back heel. This time the front foot pulls back. Downward dog. We're going to shift a few times here from downward dog to pike, but we're going to walk it. So start to walk, really pushing each heel back. Each time shifting the weight a little forward. Walk it back to dog slowly. Walk, pulse. Walk, pulse. Don't eat your shirt. And now step it nice and wide. Heels in, toes out. Walk the hands just a little closer towards the feet. Push the shoulders away from the wrists and then drop the hips down. So our hips are over our heels. We're not coming into a table, we're shifting back. Exhale, lift up and drop it down. Pressing up. Bending at the knees. Pressing up. Last when the knees come down all the way, untuck the toes. Brief child's pose, then we dance it here. Looking forward, either to the top of the mat if you've got one, but looking past our index and middle finger, we're going to drop the forearms and we're going to shift our weight forward, bringing our shoulders over the wrists, shoulders over the elbows, tuck the toes, lift up into a plank. And add a little dance of your own here. You can add a little forward and back. You can add a little hip wiggle. Or stay on your knees. Just really exploring any type of plank movement here. Or plank hold. Pushing the forearms into the earth. And then wherever you are, release the knees down, release the belly down, coming into a Sphinx. Shoulders are over the wrists. No, I keep saying wrists. I really mean the elbows, I promise. Give your legs a little wiggle. Play with the toes a little. Rock the hips a little side to side. And then bring the hands down underneath the shoulders. Now the wrists are under the shoulders. Tuck the elbows in. Press the palms in the ground, lift up. And add a little sway. And let the sway bring you up Slowly, without squeezing the bum cheeks like crazy, pushing into your arms. If you have the flexibility, keeping the hips on the ground. Shoulders are up and back. And then wherever you are, pull the belly button up. Shift your weight up and back into a child's pose. Swaying it a little side to side here. And come up into table. We're going to take the right foot down and back, calf stretching it out. And then taking that same right foot off to the side, line up the heel with your left knee. Shifting your weight forward and back, keeping your back nice and flat. Forward and back, relaxing your jaw. Stay here just a few more breaths. And now we're going to pause, keeping the left hand underneath your shoulder. Right hand comes to your heart. Inhale, reach to the sky, stacking the shoulders. At the top, twirl your wrist a little bit. And then exhale, sweep that arm through past the left wrist, reaching across. Inhale, sweep and reach. And I'm just going to show you a different angle here. And then as you exhale, sweep it through and reach. Reach as far as you can. Inhale all the way up to the sky. And then release the hand down to the ground. Bring that right foot forward to the edge. And let's create some hip circles here. Just a forward, around, and back. Forward, around, and back. And when we pull back, give those hamstrings a chance to really stretch. So you don't need to speed up. You don't have to slow down a lot, but just notice where the stretch feels the deepest. Now the next one back, use your hands to support because you're going to bring your right bum cheek all the way down so that the left knee is in front with the heel behind. Just take a moment and readjust whatever you need to because that's sometimes a thing. Right hand stays down at the side, left arm reaches all the way up and over. And then exhale, reach down towards that left ankle and then we turn, twist. And we're twisting lengthwise up through the spine, not leaning down or back or too far forward. We're pulling up through the center of our body, through the crown of our head. And then exhale, come out of the twist and lean forward towards your long leg. So hamstring, body parts might be saying hello. If you need to readjust anything else in your body, please do so. Notice that there's lots of choices to choose from in how to make this movement feel right for you. Now that doesn't mean necessarily easy, but it just means making it feel right for you. Take a deep breath. And then we're going to unhook that left foot. We're going to bring the left foot around and into the groin, nice and tall. And this time we're going to reach as low as we can towards that long leg. Exhale. Relaxing the back of your shoulders. And then slowly come up Add a little bit of a rolling wave here, going around, forward, side, back. And this is really just to give you an indication of where does your body hold on to the tension? Where does your body dance on that edge? And now lean towards the left and bring your right leg back. Left leg comes forward. So we've basically switched sides. And don't worry, we're going to do that foot to groin on the other loop up around. Not sure if that was a word. But nice and tall, I can lean forward. I can lean back. Remember, there's always options on how to tap into the movement. I often find just even having my hands on my leg can really help me find where I need that extra support. And then we're going to come up, we're going to turn, twist towards the right, pulling length up through the spine. And then come out, left hand to the side, reaching your right arm all the way up and over. And then we come back up. Now this is where it gets tricky because we have to move forward into the left leg. We're going to shift up, come forward, and we're going to create our circles. Forward, around, and back. And I'm just going to shift angles here so I can stay on my mat, circling forward, around, and back. Allowing the movement in my hips to get bigger or smaller. Honoring where there's tension. Next one back, stay for just a little longer. I like the little rocking forward and back to really help me ease into the tightness of my hamstring. And then that little shift, just enough to bring the left leg to the side, rocking forward and back. Allowing the heel to feel grounded and connected to the earth. And then we pause, bringing our right hand underneath our shoulder to really push the ground away, left hand to heart. Inhale, reach up to the sky. And then exhale, sweep it through and across, that twisted stretch. Inhale, sweep and reach, stacking all the way up. And exhale, sweep and reach, all the way through and across. Last one, reach up. And release the hand down, taking that left foot back, calf stretching it out. And then from here, we're just going to pull that right knee through so we can drop down on our right bum cheek and extend the left leg to the side. So heel to groin, and this is another one where we just dance and reach, exploring range of motion, tension, release. more. Slowly come back up, bring the feet together. Little rock side to side in your butterfly pose, cobbler's pose, Baddha Konasana. It has a few different names. It doesn't matter what name you call it today. Forward fold wherever your body lets you go. Nodding your head yes, shaking a little no. And slowly coming up, bring those knees all the way in so that you can give yourself a little hug that also allows you to roll down onto the ground. Bringing knees in towards your chest, rocking a little side to side. Reaching up, grabbing your feet. Just a brief happy baby pose, enough to anchor the shoulder blades down and back. Heels over your knees. Hips pressing down. Taking a few deep breaths here. And releasing the feet down to the ground. Take the arms all the way out to the side with the palms up, nothing touching fingertips. So a nice big letter T. And we're going to sway the knees left to right. Just nice and slow. Keeping that deeper connection to the ground and our shoulder blades. Nice sway going across and across. And then shift your weight so that the left foot is taking most of the weight, right ankle comes on top, and we sway still. This is all about creating waves in your own body, gentle waves. To shift energy, to shift awareness. Then let both the knee and the foot drop all the way to the left, keeping the shoulder blades down and back. Breathe length in through your spine, allowing this twist to do what it's supposed to. And for each body, it's going to be just a little different. Relaxing your jaw. And even though we're making sure the shoulder blades stay on the ground, we're not forcing them down. Exhale, using your breath, draw back in to center, uncross, and we switch. Just that little rock side to side. Just a little rock side to side. And when you're ready, let both the knee and the foot come all the way to the right. Keeping your shoulder blades down on the floor. Letting this be a gentle twist. Focusing on your breath in the back of your ribs. And yeah, relax your jaw. This is the surrender portion of our class. Exhale, slowly bring those knees back up through the center. Uncross, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Give them a nice little stretch. Exhale, circle the arms around and down, hugging your knees in. And then a little rock side to side, followed by a little rock forward and back, so that we can come up into seated. We're going to take our hands, interlace our fingers, press the palms forward. Inhale, reach up to the sky with the hands interlaced, keeping the shoulder blades down and back. And then just a little rotation up and behind your head. And then reverse, going the other direction. And then last one, reach all the way up to the sky. Release the fingertips down and hands onto your knees. Fold forward all the way down through the spine. And then sway it up as slow as you can. And as you sway up, find that place where it just feels natural to bring your spine into a spiral wave, going forward, around, and back. Forward, around, and back. And then pause wherever you are, bringing your right hand to heart, left hand onto belly button. Just take the next few breaths and breathe into the space. Relaxing your jaw, softening the space between your eyebrows. And I'm still rocking. I'm still moving my body from a place of joy, of love, and surrender. Inhale, circle the arms all the way up to the sky, a great big reach. Exhale, big sigh.